Welcome back. Time to help your home with some of the best DIY ideas we find online. We start with 3 easy IKEA home hacks from the flipped piece.
The first one is this 5-pound IKEA Trampa doormat. These doormats are great because they're completely blank and you can use some paint to create any designs you want to match your home and decor style. With this particular doormat, I'm going to be creating a checkerboard pattern, and I'm doing this by measuring out equal distance squares and marking them out with a pink pen so they're noticeable and I can paint over them. I chose the color drop cloth, which is my go-to neutral color, and I painted away and made sure all the squares were nice and even with one another. Once dry, I took some matte clear coat, sprayed it to seal it up, and this is the final look. A really easy way to transform a 5-pound doormat. The next one is this IKEA Samara basket. I used some scissors and cut a little hole in the back. Then I took my Wi-Fi router and I fed the cables through the back. Once I covered it, it's just a great way to disguise any Wi-Fi router and hide those ugly cables. What do you think about this one? The next hack is this 12-pound IKEA Carnarvik side table. It's an avocado colored metal side table, so I brought it home, I built it, and my plan was to make this into a little mid-century inspired side table. I used my miter saw to cut some wood dowels, laid them out, and then I used some wood glue to attach them along all the sides of this side table. I used caulk to fill in the gaps, chose my favorite brown stain to stain the wood, and this is the little mid-century inspired side table.
Very cool. Now let's check in with our home improvement guy, Gator, who has a quick and easy fix for wall patch. Hey, Gator.
So I've got this nail pop right here. It's actually, this sheetrock was actually screwed on. It's probably been about 20 years or so since this house was built. You could have nails there. So, and it just popped a little piece of the sheetrock off and, the screw backed out a little bit. That's just part of it. So what I'm going to do to fix this is I'm going to use another drywall screw like this, okay? And I'm going to use some pre-mixed drywall mud in a little bucket like this that you can get at your hardware store for less than $10. And since there's already a screw here, I'm going to tighten this screw up a little bit, and then I'm going to put this screw right above it so that the head of this screw actually holds this screw or the nail in, and I'll show you that right now. So all you have to do is I'm just going to take this drill, and I'm actually just going to tighten that screw up a little bit because that screw backed out some. Then I'm going to take this screw, I'm just going to put it right above that screw, just like this. I'm going to screw that in. Now the head of that screw is blocking that screw, okay? It's not going to back out. Now once you get that done, you want to take your putty knife and just take a little bit of your pre-mixed sheetrock mud out of your bucket here, okay, just like that. And you just want to fill that hole in, wipe it off just like that. Let that dry, come back, paint it, be as good as new. Now you can absolutely use spackle or some other kind of little joint compound or any kind of something if you get something small and just put it on there with your finger. This is just the way I like to do it. Works best overall. Have a good day. All right then, next!
And we found this great page on Facebook for some vintage home remedies. Want to know the secret to opening a jar with a tough lid or preventing your pot from boiling over? Well, here you go.
If you have a jar that you can't open, you just whack-a-dack it all around the edge with a butter knife real quick, and it will immediately open. Yes! You can also run it under hot water, and again, that will expand the metal and pop open that top. You've probably heard the hack of putting a wooden spoon over your pot so it doesn't overboil, but did you hear this one? A toothpick can actually stop a pot from overboiling with the lid on, so you can still have the benefits of the lid on, but no mess.
How about that for some vintage home hacks? For more information on anything you've seen here for Help My Home, head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and look for that Help My Home tab. We're back right after this.